I think I'm gonna wear my glasses for this because yes, okay. Welcome to this social media marketing business masterclass where I'm gonna take you from confused, lost, not knowing where to get started, feeling very overwhelmed with all of the information out there, to feeling extremely confident, knowing exactly what you need to hit 10K months in your social media business, and knowing how to get clients easily. If you wanna get a client tomorrow, you will know how to do that. And I just wanna get you to that place where you can really feel confident with this business and you can ultimately live a life of freedom, having time to do all the things you wanna do and having a business that's making you consistent income every month. So let's get started. First of all, you have decided it was time for a change, and I am so proud of you for being here to make that change happen. You have really taken the first step towards your growth. And I think watching videos like this is something that I used to do myself, going on YouTube, finding videos, trying to really just fill the gaps and understand what I needed to know in order to move forward. And sometimes, what you consume really can make a difference. So I'm really happy that you're here because you know that you're ready for a change. You just need the tools and the guidance to actually make it happen. So that is amazing. And if you continue to have this mindset of learning and knowing that there's so much that you don't know, you're going to be very, very successful. So by the end of this video, I promise you that you will, first of all, be equipped with the mindset you need to make 10,000 plus a month. You will also know the exact steps to start or grow your social media business. I will really show you exactly the step-by-step of how I've done it. You will also know how to curate an irresistible offer that will actually help you attract high-ticket clients, because we only want high-ticket. We're not doing low-ticket. You're also going to be unlocking the knowledge you need to get your first client and your next 5 clients. You will also know how to say goodbye to rigid schedules, and you will create a life of flexibility, because once again, this is what this is about. It's not just about making money and working 50 hours a week. It's really about living a life of freedom and flexibility, because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. If this seems like it's a good video for you, please grab a cup of tea, grab some water, grab a drink, because we will be here for a little while, and I want to make sure that you watch all of this video through so that you know exactly everything that you need to do. Every piece of this puzzle is extremely important. You need a combination of things in order to make this business work, and that's what I'm giving you today in this little free masterclass. So let's get into it. First of all, the main reason that a lot of starting out social media managers and just any business owners don't grow in the beginning and they struggle is literally just because of their mindset. Mindset is like 80%. You need to expand your mindset. You need to really see the opportunities that are in front of you. And if you're stuck in a certain mindset and you only believe that you can make, for example, 1,000 a month, you need to expand your mindset to realize that you can make 10x that. And if you're telling me, well, no, I can't. Why not? Who told you, or what did you read, or who told you that you couldn't? Where did you learn? Who told you that you couldn't make 10K a month or 20K a month? Or who told you that you couldn't live a life where you could wake up at 10, go to Pilates, have a matcha, and then go to work? Who told you that you need to live your life a certain way? You need to realize that it might not even be your own voice speaking, it might be someone else's. And we need to come together and realize that there is so much more that you can do. And you need to expand your mindset. Because to expand your reality, you need to expand your perception of what is possible for you. You can actually reverse engineer your desired life and income. You have the ability to look at what kind of life do I want to live, and then reverse engineer and say, okay, if this is the type of life that I want to live, these are the actions that I need to take in order to get there. And that is very much possible because I am living proof of that. I knew exactly how much I wanted to make. I knew where I wanted to get to. I know what kind of life I wanted to live 2-3 years ago, and I have put in place the steps to make that happen. Of course, it's been a process and I've learned so much along the way, which is what I am here to share with you today. But you need to realize that it's not, let me just go out and get a few clients and see how it goes. No, have a clear idea in place of what you want your life to look like. And if you've never done this type of work, go on Pinterest, create a mood board, create a vision board for your life, write it down. You deep inside have desires. You just need to externalize them and also accept them. It's okay to want things in life. It's okay to want money. It's okay to want to live a certain kind of lifestyle. And you should allow yourself to receive those things. But until you allow yourself to receive them, you will never receive them. And if you don't believe you can receive them, you will never receive them. You should allow yourself to believe these things. And furthermore, because if you don't know where you're going, how will you ever get there? If you have no idea what you're trying to achieve with your business, you're never going to get there because you're just blindly going in a direction. Not saying that that's not another strategy and way of living life, but how amazing if you can say, this is where I'm trying to go, and then take the steps slowly to get there. Reverse engineering, exactly what I've just been talking about. If we look at the wealth funnel, which I have created for us here, we begin with the very first step, which is purpose and mindset. Now, purpose and mindset are your two most important, valuable elements, okay? Purpose is deeply rooted within you. A lot of people think it's very woo-woo. A lot of people think that it's, like purpose, like what's my purpose? No, your purpose is deeply rooted within you, and you might not know what it is, but it's deeply rooted within you. The work is understanding what your purpose is. We all have something that drives us, and it can be very different things, but if you're watching this video, there's something that's driving you to build a social media business. There's something deep within you. If you don't know it, you can go back and try to, understand what the purpose is. Why are you doing this? Mindset is the beliefs and kind of the perspective that you have. It's the paradigm. It's everything that you believe you're able to do. Maybe your purpose is to retire your parents, but your mindset, like your beliefs, only think that you can make $1,000 a month. And maybe where you live, it's impossible to retire your parents at $1,000 a month. And then we have conflict there. So we need that to be very much aligned. Like your purpose and your mindset need to be aligned. And furthermore, you have to allow your mindset to expand and evolve. So when we have a purpose and a mindset, from there, let's say my purpose is I want to live a life where I don't have to worry about money, and I know that I would love to buy a house in a couple of years, and I know how much money I want to make in order to live a really comfortable life, for example, in the UAE. Let's just say for the purpose of this video that is $10,000 a month. And my mindset is I can totally make $10,000 a month. Why couldn't I? There's so many people that I know in communities that I've met that are making more than $10,000 a month, that there's nothing about that feels crazy. So yes. Okay, so then I have goals. So in order to achieve $1,000 a month, what specific goals do I need to set in place? So I will have a specific time frame of maybe I'm going to reach $10,000 a month, by March 2025, whatever that might be. And then based on those goals, we're going to have actions. Okay, I need to reach $10,000 a month by March. Let me break that down into actions. What does that mean? I need to get 5 clients paying me $2,500 a month. Okay, what do I need to do to get those clients? And then you see how we keep breaking that down every time. And basically we're saying, this is what I want. This is how I can get it. It's a funnel. We're really starting on the bigger picture to come down to what tasks do I need to do every day. And this removes all of the overwhelm, because suddenly you have clarity on where you're going, and suddenly you can have clarity on how to get there. Because when you always have in mind where you're trying to go, you start collecting data, you start talking to people, and suddenly you will see that the path starts opening up for you and that you're going to get there. And this might seem so crazy, by the way, but I promise you, like in real life practice, I'm all about kind of practical, like mindset advice, because this, if you apply this in your life, like guys, it's just so crazy. And I've seen it work in my life again and again. So try it, write it down, apply it. When you believe in abundance and you believe in seeing opportunity, you can create more. And when you create more, you also see more abundance and opportunity. So we have to allow ourselves to see everything that's going on around us. When we don't believe that there's a lot of abundance, when we don't believe that there's a lot that can happen for us, we close our eyes. But even just in this video and everything I'm about to share with you, you're going to see that there's so much that you didn't even know. There's so many opportunities out there waiting for you. And then from there, you can start creating, you can start working, you can start grinding, hustling. And then the more you're going to work, the more you're going to, learn as well. You're going to see more and more opportunities come your way. My business has really grown exponentially. The more I've just seen opportunities, the more I've taken those opportunities, the more I've just immersed myself into this world of social media marketing and the business, the more I've immersed myself, the more opportunities have actually even come my way. So you have to just believe, you have to know opportunities are out there, because they are. Trust me, they are. A lot of people are looking for social media services. But with all that being said, in a nutshell, how much you believe you can earn determines how much you can earn. As simple as that. And so as we said before, if you want to make $10,000 a month, well, you might need 5 clients paying you $2,500 a month. That could be a way to work that out. So knowing how much you want to earn can actually help you figure out what you need to do to actually get there, right? This is all very basic mindset stuff, by the way, but it's very important to keep this in mind before we actually get into how to get the clients, all of that, because if you don't believe you can do this, if you don't understand it's possible, you're never going to get there. And knowing what exact big goal you want to reach in the next few months helps you figure out what small tasks you need to complete every day. Again, very important to break down, like, these are my goals, the actions, and these are the everyday tasks that I am doing. Your daily recurring tasks determine your life. Those things that you're doing every single day, if you eat really bad food every single day and it's a reoccurring thing, you're gonna see the results, and they might not be the best. If you work every single day on your new business, even if it's just for an hour, every single day for a year, you're gonna see a difference. You're gonna see a big difference. So it's really the tasks that you do every day are gonna make a huge difference. And this is something to keep in mind, because of a lot of the things that I'm gonna share with you require a lot of basically doing the same thing every day in order to get results. We need to keep the consistency, and that consistency is what will give you results. A lot of people are very impatient and they're not willing to put in the consistent work to actually see results. So very, very important. Your daily recurring tasks determine your life. Okay, let's get into the juicy stuff. I don't want this video to be hours long, although it probably could be because I could talk about this subject for hours, as you can see. But let's get into the juicy stuff and talk about your formula, your magnetic offer formula. So you need a magnetic offer that will attract your ideal clients naturally and effortlessly. You also need to find a service that you can deliver naturally and effortlessly, right? And this offer needs to be aligned to your personal purpose and your goals. Everything we just talked about, all of that needs to be in alignment with the kind of offer that you have. And I mean that in the sense that if you're gonna, for example, have 5 clients paying you $2,500 a month so you can make 10K, it needs to be achievable. It needs to make sense. And whatever you put in your packages and in your offers, it just needs to allow you to work no more than 15 hours a week. And that's really the mindset you wanna keep in mind, because if you offer like full marketing services to all these people, you're gonna burn yourself out. So it's about thinking of the dream life. How many hours do I want to work per week? How much money? And then realizing like, okay, what kind of packages should I put together so I can actually make sure I don't work more than 20 hours a week, for example, and I'm still charging $2,500 per client. So these are the things that you kind of want to think about. Another thing, please, before we get any further, when I say $2,500 a month, it's $2,500 a month. I would never, and I have, well, in the very beginning I did, but I would never, ever charge by the hour as a social media manager. In fact, no matter what services, marketing done for you services you're providing, never charge by the hour. Always charge monthly retainers, fixed retainers, okay? Because you're selling value, you are not selling your time. You're selling a transformation, you're not selling your time. So that's the first thing, let's get that out of the way. And second of all, since you're not selling your time, you are selling a transformation, right? This is why we need to have a very, very specific magnetic offer formula. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to build that. So I have here on the screen a template that you can use. So I help a specific audience achieve a specific desirable result so that they can transformation outcome without common pain point or struggle using your unique method or system. So just to make this easier for you, because it's a lot, your magnetic offer needs to be, first of all, specific to your audience. It needs to have a specific desirable result, should address a pain point to avoid, needs to highlight a transformation or outcome, and it should state your unique method or system. Okay, once again, a lot of information. Let me give you some examples to make this easier for you. I work with e-commerce brands to build social media campaigns that drive traffic and sales so they can scale their revenue by implementing my revenue boosting organic strategy, all without wasting time on low performing content or ineffective ad spends. What we've done here in this example is we've implemented all these things that I've taken from the previous slide, and we've put them into this sentence. And this sentence, you don't need to always, say it this long. It's obviously very long, but it's very good to have an idea of like what you actually help your clients with. It's better to have more of a niche, clientele. You don't want to work with absolutely everyone. It's okay to kind of try different types of clients at first, but eventually you'll probably start to find what kind of clients you work best with. You want to say what kind of clients you work with, what you do for them, how it's going to help them in the bigger picture, and also what your strategy is. It's really good to have a strategy name, so revenue boosting organic strategy, whatever that might be, and also address a bit of a pain point, right? Like all without wasting time on low performing content or ineffective ad spends. So, you want to hit all those points for them, and the more you understand your clients, and this comes with time, by the way, the more you understand your clients, the easier it will be for you to actually craft this offer. And by the way, if all of this seems like a lot and you're just starting out, trust me, this video has been put together in a way that is very simple. You just need to keep watching, and I promise you will understand everything by the end of it. Another example, I help experts and influencers grow their social media following and secure brand collaboration so that they can monetize their platforms using my story-driven content method without spending hours guessing what content will work. Again, we have all the elements. Third example, I work alongside real estate agents to create tailored social media strategies that generate leads and build authority so they can close more deals by leveraging my local visibility growth system without relying on outdated outreach methods. Again, hitting all the points. So what does this tell us right here? And why am I telling you about this? Is that it's not about what you offer, guys. It's how you offer it. A lot of the times, a lot of social media marketers don't do this, is that they just only sell a deliverable, or they sell, I do social media management. What if we sell them a transformation? What if we sell them an outcome? And it can be as simple as, the examples that I just showed you. It doesn't take that much work to put one of those together, but it makes such a difference. And it makes such a difference when you're talking to clients and approaching clients, because you can tell them, this is exactly what I'm gonna help you with. So this is a very important first step, because before getting into this, you need to understand that you're selling a transformation, you're selling value, a value transformation. You're not just selling a service, okay? And that's what's gonna allow you to get higher paying clients. So now, for your actual services, okay? You've put together your statement, your offer statement, your magnetic offer statement. I would not recommend offering more than 2 to 3 services. I will tell you what mine are so it can guide you. So I offer social media management, social media strategy, and podcast marketing / editing. So these are 3 services in total. A client can either get the whole package, they can just get one of these services, but it really is social media management, social media strategy, which is just the strategical part, so not the posting. And then we would have the podcast part, which would include editing, just podcast marketing in general, cutting clips for socials, etc. So those are my 3 services. It's been the best thing to just cut it down to those few services. The best thing I've done is just cutting down to those 3 services. The amount of times that I see job postings looking for social media managers and actually looking for the social media managers to do everything is crazy. So make sure you only offer 2 to 3 services. Look at what your best skills are. And if you're just starting out, that's not a problem either, right? Because you can just, if you worked on your own socials before and you have results to show from that, if you don't yet, make sure you start posting on your own socials and use those results in your portfolio, etc. So most important thing to remember is not what you offer, it's how you offer it. And you're not just selling a marketing service, you are selling a transformation. This is what will make the biggest difference in your business, and that's why I am starting out this video by talking about that first. So a question that I get a lot is, how do I price my services, right? How are you going to price your packages? And the way that I would do it is, again, reverse engineering. Again, so if it's 4 clients paying you $2,500 a month to make $10K a month, and that's kind of the goal that you're looking to achieve, again, it's about reverse engineering. If you want to make $10,000 a month and you want to get 4 clients paying you $2,500 a month, that's how you should price yourself. And you just need to think of what you would include in that $2,500 a month package, depending on the services that you offer. We go a lot deeper into pricing strategy in Modern Impact Collective, which is linked down below, which is our community where we all elevate collectively and we learn how to build strong, powerful social media marketing businesses that allow us to live our dream freedom life. So that will be linked down below. It's a lot of information. So I'm just going over kind of the basics on here that you need to get started and growing. But pricing should essentially always be around, how much do I want to make per month? How many clients do I need to get there? And then based on that, you will have your pricing. That's just the best way to do it, because at the end of the day, it is possible to get clients at any level. You can have a client paying you $10,000 a month. It is possible. You just need to take the steps to get there. And for $10,000 a month, you need to have the expertise and the connections. So $2,500 is a good starting point, as long as you use all of these tips and you know how to do it properly. So pricing, always reverse engineer. Okay, let's talk about your power portfolio. So we've set up your offer. We have an offer statement, a magnetic offer statement. You have chosen what services you are going to offer, and now we're going to put all of that into a power portfolio. I'm going to start off by saying that I will show you the basics of my portfolio. You can also get access to my portfolio template in the link down below in the description. It also comes as a part of Modern Impact Collective, which is my community. You can also find that linked down below. If you are interested in really getting this exact portfolio template, which has made me a lot of money, then you can go ahead and check that out in the links down below. So your portfolio needs to speak to who you are trying to attract. When you are creating this portfolio based on the offer we've created and based on the types of clients that we think we want to work with and the services, we need to curate the portfolio around that, okay? The language, everything about it, how it feels, needs to speak directly to your target audience. And everyone might not like your portfolio, but the types of clients you're trying to attract will be like, oh, yes. Like if you're working with more like health and wellness or like spiritual types of clients, you know, maybe your portfolio will be a bit more earthy and just feel a certain type of way. And if you're working with more, let's say like kind of more masculine e-commerce brands, or even just like drop shipping companies, whatever it might be, your approach will be very different. Also in terms of how you structure things. My portfolio that I've made personally can cater to a lot of different types of audiences, but you do want the feel to be specifically made for who you are targeting. So I will walk you quickly through my portfolio, just show you a few things that are very important in my opinion, just show you a few things that I think are very important. So first thing that I like to include in my portfolio is actually an introduction of myself, but an introduction centered, focused on the customers. So really explaining how I can help them, why I particularly can help them, what's the transformation that I'm going to give them. And then I like to just include a beautiful picture of myself on the side. I think that it just feels personal. And I think using your personal brand really and just using your face there is really good. Use your best picture, write a beautiful high-end professional text on there that caters to a target audience audience. I think that this just gives it a really good feeling. And I think it's just great to have an introduction about yourself on there. We also do want to show results. I think that at the end of the day, anyone that is interested in, social media management and social media marketing will be very interested in seeing analytics and results. So I do have a little page for that. And this is where the juicy stuff comes. This is what a lot of people don't do, and I really recommend that you do, is having these little slides on your portfolio that really help you stand out. I have a slide here called My Process and Philosophy, which talks a little bit about what kind of process and philosophy I use when working with clients. So I talk about the Kaizen philosophy, a continuous improvement. When I work with clients, I like to make sure that we're continuously improving on what we're doing and that we don't stay stuck, and we always look for ways to improve our content and just make sure we are continuously putting in place systems and content strategies that allow us to get even more customers. So it's really something that resonates with a lot of people, because at the end of the day, I am showing that I'm not just a social media manager, but I'm also an entrepreneur and really a visionary for their business as well. And it also shows that I am deeply committed because, I'm continuously improving things and I'm not just there to post and go. So this obviously doesn't need to be the exact same for you. You can find your own processes and philosophies, but it's really good to have this kind of slide. It does just make you seem more like an expert at the end of the day, and like someone that's very educated, very wise, and is very invested in what they do. So highly recommend something like that. And then I of course have examples of my work. And a very important part, I have testimonials. This is something that is very good to include in your portfolio, as well as case studies. Now, the way that I share my portfolio with clients is that I've made this portfolio on Canva, which I suggest you do as well. My portfolio template, which you can find down below in the links, is a Canva template. But if you don't use my template, you can create your own portfolio on Canva. And what I like to do is actually come on here, and I like to click to share a link directly from Canva. And I want them to be able to see the video, so I want them to open it as a link, not as a PDF. And what's great about this link is that you can actually see when people open it. So that's really helpful if you want to follow up with anyone or just know if they've seen your portfolio. So I do have a link there that I can track, when people open it. So that's really helpful. Canva is just really easy to use to create a portfolio. Now, the biggest question that you might have for me, right, is, well, how do I build this portfolio if I have no experience? Well, 2-3 years ago when I started, I didn't really have experience working with clients. I had to also start from somewhere, but I had examples of my own socials that I could use. And if you are looking to become a social media manager, maybe you have had some experience with your own accounts, or maybe you've even helped a friend, whatever it might be, try to use anything that you can. Be resourceful. And if you have nothing, I suggest that you start an account on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and you start posting content on there and really try to grow that account and get results for that account, and then you can utilize those results from that account. Before I started this, I did start a clothing brand, and I had crazy results in terms of social media metrics for that account, and I put all of that in here. And I also had results from my own accounts. I had created a lot of videos that I had edited. You can also take stock footage from stock sites and edit that. There's a lot that you can do. You just need to be a bit resourceful. There's so much content everywhere, especially stock footage. Like, you can just download that. You can create some inspirational videos with it. Like, there's so much that you can do for any industry that you're trying to get into. So just be creative. Try to take things that you've already done, create new things. That's what I did. I created a lot of new videos and I put them on there as examples of what I could do. I do a lot of video editing, so I just edited a lot of videos. So try to be resourceful. Your portfolio has to start somewhere. It's not going to be perfect in the beginning, but you have to start somewhere. So start with what you have and what you can do. And as you grow and as you get more testimonials, etc., you will have a stronger and stronger portfolio. But start somewhere. And if you download my portfolio template, that will also probably really help you to know how to really put it together. And just so you know, that portfolio template is also included in the Modern Impact Collective, which is also linked down below. It's our community where we all come together and grow our online marketing businesses together. So just to let you know that it is a part of that as well. Okay, now that we have gotten your mindset in place, you have an offer statement, you have your portfolio, we're going to move on to client acquisition. And now this might be my favorite part of all, and it might also be the hardest part of all for a lot of people to actually master, because to be honest, it's taken me a lot of time to get to the point where I can say, I can go out tomorrow and get a new client if I want to. I know exactly what steps I need to put in place to do that. So let me share a little bit about that with you. First of all, this is the high ticket client acquisition funnel. So how does it work? Well, we have our magnetic high ticket offer. We've already put that in place. We have our statement, which then guides us to create our power portfolio, which again, we've already talked about. Once we have a portfolio, we move on to choosing a lead generation vehicle. There's a lot of different ways of getting leads and getting clients in general. After that comes confident closing. So we want to be in a place where once we get these leads, we know exactly how to close them. There's a whole process that I have for that. that. So let's just get into the juicy stuff. First of all, go where the attention is. And that might be different for different industries, but if you're trying to get into an industry that you already have networks in, etc., that will be really, really helpful for you because you can talk to people in real life, make connections, and really just essentially sell your services, your transformations to people in real life. So try to think of where your clients hang out, where do they spend their time? Maybe a lot of them are on LinkedIn, maybe a lot of them are on Facebook, maybe they're on Instagram, maybe they're on TikTok. Kind of think of where your clients are actually hanging out, or if it's in real life, do they go to specific events? If you have a specific audience in mind that you want to work with, a specific niche, and you know where you could get those clients, definitely go for that because that's an amazing way to get clients. However, if you don't have that, which to be honest was my case, I didn't really know, where my clients would hang out. I was a bit lost. I didn't really know what kind of clients I wanted to work with, and this might be your case as well in the beginning. So my favorite lead generation tool really is freelancer platforms. I have gotten most of my clients from there, and it's truly an amazing way to get clients. Why? Because people on these platforms are already looking for people that will help them with their social media, and so these leads are essentially already more warm than, if you would cold email someone. And cold emailing can also work. I've gotten clients from cold emailing as well, but the clients you can find on freelancing platforms are already more ready to invest, and they want to invest, and they are looking for someone. It's basically like jobs, right? They are looking for someone to help them with their social media marketing. So that's where you come in. My favorite freelancing platforms include Upwork and Contra. Now, you are going to get on those platforms, you're going to set up your profiles, etc., and you are going to include your portfolios in there, everything we've just done. You're going to create your descriptions based on the magnetic offer that we have set up. Obviously, utilize ChatGPT to help. I think ChatGPT is an amazing tool if you know how to use it, and in this case, it can definitely help us. So once you get on those platforms, set everything up, you are going to get responses from people, and you're going to want to get them on a call to discuss things in detail with them. Now, calls are a very tricky thing for a lot of people. For me, it's something that's always come a little bit more naturally, but I also have now processes in place that allow me to come on calls very confidently and feel very prepared and just have it feel effortless. It's definitely taken me time to get to that place, but if you put me on any call now, I am just very confident on there. I'm very, very relaxed, not stressed, not nervous, which I think makes a really big difference. I'm also not desperate when I come on a call, and so I bring the best energy to the table, and I also make sure to listen. The biggest thing when you get on a sales call is to listen. So our goal with these freelancing platforms, etc., is to really apply to as many jobs as possible and get people and get leads on calls and talk to them. Now, I have a very specific framework that I use called the Confident Closer Framework, which is a framework that I use on every single call that really helps me just make sure that I close as many clients as possible. I've had a very, very high closing rate on my calls, and the process that I've used is definitely what has helped me just have a really high closing rate. So if that's something that you're interested in knowing how you can actually close more deals on calls and how you can feel comfortable, that's something that is also part of Modern Impact Collective, which you can join in the link down below. There's obviously just so many things that go into social media marketing, etc., that I couldn't put everything into this YouTube video. And again, these are just things to really get you going. The Confident Closer Framework is really when you are ready to grow and really takes this thing seriously. So again, it's linked down below if you are interested in it. But essentially, my biggest tip is just to come on a call relaxed, not being desperate, and definitely always listening more than you're speaking. Ask them questions, ask them what they're struggling with, ask them why they're looking for someone to help them with their social media, what their goals are, and just come in very relaxed. Don't be nervous. At the end of the day, you're not there to sell yourself, but they are there to sell themselves to you. You are valuable, your work is valuable, and getting to work with you is a privilege, and that's exactly how you should feel and act when you come on the call. No one wants to work with someone that is desperate. We all want access to things that we cannot have. So make yourself a diamond, make yourself act as someone that is valuable, because you are. And people will sense that energy on a call. You want to come as an expert that already has a lot of clients and not a lot of time. Just a little psychology hack there, but people just don't want to buy into people that are desperate. You want to work with people that value themselves and their work and know that they can help others grow as well. So yeah, something to keep in mind when you're going on calls. And so when I come on a call, I don't specifically close the deal on the call, but what I will do is that I will send them a tailored proposal after our call with pricing, the deliverables, the transformation, everything that they're going to receive working with me, and the price will be specifically listed out on that proposal that I send their way. Now, some clients might need flexibility around pricing, and you can always discuss that later, but the purpose of that call that you're going to have with them is really to understand where they're at, what they need help with, and to see if they are a right fit for you, because at the end of the day, there's many leads that you might not want to work with because of conflict of interest, because you don't align, because you don't like like, what they actually do as a business. So that's something to keep in mind. This call is not just a sales call, but it's a call where you determine whether they are a good fit. And if they are, you can tell them by the end of the call, I think we would be a great fit. Here's exactly how I could help you. You can kind of tell them about your services, but always make the focus of the call listening to them, understanding where they're at, and then you can come in the end and say, hey, this is gonna work, or hey, this is not gonna work because X, Y, and Z. And if it is a fit, you can tell them at the end of the call, Mike, thank you so much for sharing. I hear that you are struggling to get leads for your real estate agency through Instagram specifically. So here's what I can do for you and how I can help you solve that issue. And you can kind of list out how you would help them. And then you can say by the end of the call, so what I'll do after this call is actually send you a tailored proposal with everything that we've just talked about and how exactly I can help you, along with a monthly fixed price for that monthly service. And you'll be able to take a look. And if we are aligned, we can move forward with that. Does that sound good? They'll be like, yeah, sure. I'll be waiting for your proposal. And so you can send it their way and they can have a look at it. It's just, in my opinion, a great way to not put too much stress on yourself when it comes to like pricing as well. It can be really difficult to actually take payment on call. And I know that's not really achievable for most people. So sending them a tailored proposal also feels very personal. So that's how I like to do it. Okay. And for the last part of this video, right, we are going to be talking about effortless systems. So I like to talk about systems. A lot of people don't talk about systems and how to actually run your business, which for me is one of the most important parts of it, because if I don't have the right systems in place, I am wasting a lot of time. I might be working 30 instead of 20 hours a week and making the same amount of money. So my goal has always been to simplify everything and remove all the unnecessary steps. And this can apply to really any kind of business, but especially in social media management, I think that there's so many things that people do that are so unnecessary. Because, I talk to a lot of people in the industry and I'm like, but why do you have 10,000 Notion things? Why do you have 20 canvas for this one project? And it's just, everything can be so much more simple. So the goal is to build a lean social media business. You might never have heard of the word lean. So let me just quickly show you what a lean enterprise or a lean business means. It's a production principle stating that any component of a business enterprise that fails to directly benefit a final product is I don't know what this word is, guys. Superfluous? But basically it's unnecessary, right? We want to simplify our business as much as possible. A good business is a business that has the least amount of steps, that is the most simplified to get to the end result. A lot of people try to add steps and try to add services and try to add more things and add more clients and add more. And it's not about more. It's about doing more with less, right? So having the least amount of steps, for example, to closing a client, having the least amount of steps to posting content as a social media manager, having the least amount of steps to communicate about a specific thing with your customer, for just like scheduling content, posting content. Like you want it to be super, super efficient, because the simpler your business processes are, the more time you save and the more clients you can take on. And therefore, a simplified business is the key to time freedom and increased income, okay? Simplifying your business is the best thing you can do to actually grow, because you will save so much time, you'll be able to take on more clients, and therefore you'll just be able to live the life that you've always wanted, because you have much more time for yourself. You're still making a great amount of money. Everything is simple. You're not overwhelmed or stressed, and everything is just flowing very, very easily. I always tell my clients when I start working with them, I'm like, my goal here is for us to get into a flow where you know exactly what I'm going to be posting for you. You barely even have to approve it, and you know that you're going to like it. So my goal is always to really get very clear on what their vision is, very clear on what type of content we are posting, and that it aligns exactly with what they want to put out, essentially. Another thing I do is that I use a scheduling software called Simplified. I will link that down below for you as well. It is my absolute favorite scheduling platform. It is very simple to use, and you can invite your clients on there through an email invite, and they have access to see the entire content calendar. Everything gets published directly through Simplified, so I think it's just an amazing, amazing tool. I would just go ahead and put all of the content on there, and everything will go out on all platforms, and therefore I don't have to waste my time, posting manually every day. Does it make a difference for some platforms? It might. I think TikTok might be one of them, so you could still post manually on TikTok, but to be honest, for Instagram, etc., I haven't really seen a difference. So I love Simplified for scheduling content. It's something that literally saves me so much time, and I don't create content calendars before putting everything on there on Notion or Canva. I just put everything directly on the scheduling platform, and that's the content calendar itself. So that's one of the ways that I like to save a lot of time as a social media manager. So we have come to the end of this beautiful video, and I want to finish this off by saying that everything you've learned on here today is really the foundations to getting you started. Hopefully you have learned and expanded your mind to realizing that there's so much that you can do. And the truth is that building a strong social media marketing business is not about being the best social media manager. It's about just knowing how to offer things, knowing how to package things, knowing how to get high ticket paying clients, knowing how to position yourself. It's also about knowing how to connect with people on calls and really understanding them and where they're coming from, what they're struggling with, hearing them, making them feel seen. And it's also about delivering a service in a way that makes your customers happy and also simplifying your business, removing all the unnecessary steps. That is a framework that I have used to build my own social media marketing business to 10,000 plus months. And it's also the process that I've shown to a lot of other people. And it is right now available on Modern Impact Collective down below. Modern Impact Collective is a community and program that allows beautiful entrepreneurs like yourself to build a profitable, freedom-driven online marketing business. And I, for a long time, doubted if I should even create like a program, a community, because I feel like so many people have done it. But to be honest, I felt that my processes and systems and flows that I have created for myself had truly allowed me to live a life that I just love so much. And I felt a pull to share that with other people. And in the past couple of weeks, I've already been able to help so many people make such an impact. And I really want people to see results. You know, this is not some woo-woo fluffy. This is real transformation. This is real, genuine advice and tips and processes that I have used. I wouldn't share anything on here that has not worked for me. And so Modern Impact Collective is also a community of amazing people, amazing visionary entrepreneurs that come together to learn from each other, grow together, and connect. We have calls every 2 weeks where we all come together and just discuss our goals. Everyone asks questions and we just come together to see how we can grow to that next level. There is a 7-day free trial if you want to try out the community, and I would absolutely love to have you there. With that being said, if you have any questions, any doubts, anything that wasn't clear in this video, I would love to hear from you, and make sure you subscribe because there's going to be a lot more videos coming on here in 2025, and I am so excited to help you on your journey, and I am so excited to help you become the person that you've always wanted to be and live the life that you have always dreamed of. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you inside the Modern Impact Collective. Bye. Oh my God, I'm so thirsty, guys. Oh my God. I have been shooting for so long today. Well, I really hope that was valuable because I really put my heart, soul, and everything into this. So anyways, see you next time.